To be honest, I thought this 30-day challenge, posting one video to YouTube every day, 3 to 4 minutes, not really edited, was gonna be a vacation, was gonna be super simple. Surprise, surprise, it's not. I just finished filming video number 24, 6 days remaining after this, and practically every night I'm going to sleep at 4 in the morning. Just to be clear, here on Channel Master, I'm experimenting with all things YouTube strategy, trying new things, and I'm talking about a sub-YouTube channel that I generated, spawned off of this one, which is called 30 Life Lessons. I thought it would be fun to talk about life lessons, as well as to beat myself with a 30-day challenge. Plus, I've never done a 30-day challenge before, have you? Something I always hear other people talking about. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you what the experience has been like so far and what I've learned from it. The first thing I tried doing was just filming myself with my iPhone because I imagined these videos being largely unedited, super raw, personal, just human. So if you end up looking at the channel, I'll put a link somewhere, maybe in the pinned comment below, you'll see the first maybe week of videos is me on an iPhone, just shooting with like a lesser quality camera because, you know, I wanted to try a particular filming style. I had the idea that if you're filming on an iPhone, it creates more of an authentic vibe versus like professional lighting, background lights, maybe creates a distance from you and the audience, like you're not being authentic or you're not being real somehow. So I had that concept and I wanted to try it. However, my conclusion from asking my friends and family what they thought is that like I would try one video film like this, one video film with the iPhone, and they said there wasn't really a big difference between them. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think when you see a video of someone on an iPhone carrying the camera around? Do you feel like you're more authentically connected with them? I ultimately decided to just start filming the remainder of videos at my desk here with a professional camera and lights because it's easier, because I've got everything all set up and I don't have to worry about lighting or the time of the day or where the sun is positioned. So you'll notice I kind of started off filming in one style and landed back to more professional, but just trying to be authentic in the way that I speak. I also experimented with different filming locations. So I had basically 3 options: outdoors in a park, at my studio here, or number 3, kind of like using the living room, just not this like perfect angle I have here. Actually, did you know you can go to YouTube Studio behind the scenes for managing your channel and you can group different videos into any group that you want to make? So I tried comparing the analytics for these different groups and there wasn't too much of a discernible difference. Maybe like 10% higher average view duration on the ones where I filmed them outdoors in the park. But a 10% improvement is hardly worth me going all the way out to the park and bringing my tripod and filming myself in front of people. I had so many dogs coming up to me trying to lick my equipment. So I tried a lot of things, and it really is interesting to try filming yourself out in a park. Kind of gets you out of your comfort zone, and I'm glad I did it. But due to the nature of this 30-day challenge and having to publish one video every single day, I opted for the simplest thing, which is my setup here. Here's another thing I observed about this 30-day challenge: prioritization. I kind of didn't realize before how much time I spend scrolling on social media or checking the news. It's a guilty pleasure. It's kind of like a dopamine hit, you know, you get to see what's new, find out what's happening. And I really had to clamp down on that a lot to be able to even do this. The other thing I noticed, aside from perfectionism, which we'll get to in a second, is time estimation. My time estimates suck. It's like how they say in software, if the manager asks you how long a feature will take, calculate the time and then double it. That's not just to be lazy or something, but that's to give an accurate estimate, considering all the things that are not accounted for. Anyway, I've discovered repeatedly that my time estimation stinks. I keep thinking I can do something quickly and then I allow it to expand to fill the time. So now when I make an estimate in my head, I'm like kind of looking at it like I don't quite trust it, you know? Which helps me think like, okay, let's just film it and let's move on to the next step. Let's go. We got to get this done because I might run out of time. Actually, the fastest video that I filmed was this. I made a video about this back massage tool, how it's great if you have a desk job to relieve the tight muscles in your back. And that one day I was super motivated not to be up late, so I woke up, skipped breakfast, just immediately went, scripted it, filmed it, and I got it published by 5 p.m. and I felt like, wow, I cannot believe what I have done. I'm on vacation now until the end of the day. It's amazing. Next thing I have noticed. When creating YouTube videos, usually you're supposed to create an outline like bullet points or completely script it if you want to. I tried doing it both ways. what I've noticed, two things. Number one, if I try to make bullet points, it always turns into me scripting the friggin' video. I'm really bad at that. Like, I'm just like, just bullet points, just 3 or 4 words. And then I think of a phrase that I want to use. And I'm like, okay, let me just type this one thing down. 10 minutes later, I've typed out half the whole script. So that's one thing I've noticed. I don't know if that's just a me thing or if you've experienced that before. Leave a comment below if you've ever had this. And the other thing I noticed is how much time it takes to write a script or outline, just to organize in the best way that it flows and makes sense and isn't boring. Because a lot of these life lessons I was thinking about, I can imagine objections to certain things I would say. So I was trying to structure it in such a way that it's enjoyable and flows. It just flows and makes sense. That takes more time than I expected. Writing is no joke. Next thing I noticed, YouTube thumbnails. I've been getting better at them. As you can see, first I kind of started off with this raw, kind of authentic style that I thought was going to be consistent with the videos I was making. But then I started thinking, maybe these thumbnails just aren't good enough. I need to be more strategic. And that's when, just like 2 weeks ago, ChatGPT released a new revamped Images 2.0. It's even better than Google's Nano Banana Pro. Don't worry if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But the thing is this. You can feed it images of yourself and tell it what kind of thumbnail you want it to create, and the likeness, what it generates, will look pretty close to you. The uncanny valley thing is mostly diminished now. Does it make perfect results all the time? No. Do you still have to work with it a lot? Yes. It is sometimes a pain, but some of the images that I generated, I probably couldn't have done as cool without using this AI. So I'm using it like a tool. In fact, a lot of times I'll get that from AI, I bring it into my photo editing app, and I'm working on it for another couple hours to adjust it how I like. But as a tool, I would say that it's really nice. So it's certainly not a replacement for thinking or skill or effort, but I do think this change which happened recently, this new ChatGPT Images 2.0 is like kind of a big deal. Okay, I got 4 more little topics. I'm gonna try to keep this fast. So the next one is perfectionism, which, as you know, on the last video I mentioned is a struggle for me. But even then I still found myself surprised. Like, I'm publishing a video every single day, but like, I just keep being surprised how perfectionism is a problem for me. I said 3 to 4 minutes, largely unedited. Next week, I'm like spending all night editing the video, making it super polished. What happened? Do I have different identities? It's really a slippery slope. So I would say from this 30-day challenge so far, I have like heightened awareness of my perfectionism. So I'm like looking out for it everywhere I can. On the one hand, I want to be a satisficer. I want to be good enough, just get it done. But on the other hand, if I'm publishing it to YouTube and it's forever, like I want to be proud of that. I want to make something good. And on the third hand, I've already used these two. The concept was a 30-day challenge for consistency. That's the goal. Like a perfect video is not the goal. Even a bad video that was posted on time would meet my original criteria. Primary objective. I'm reminded of those flight simulator games I used to play a long time ago on PC where you're flying an airplane and you have your primary objectives, where to bomb, and secondary like targets that you can hit too. You have to hit the primary one. The secondary objectives are a bonus. But in my case, this secondary objective of being like a really good video, this perfectionism, is like sometimes putting in danger the primary objective of simply posting 1 video per day. Case in point, when I went to sleep at 5:30 in the morning one night, I just was not gonna go to sleep until I got that video done because I'm not gonna break this 30-day challenge. So I still managed to get a green check mark, but it was a little close. At some point I might have collapsed on my face on the table. Actually, I had 2 examples of perfectionism. One was I was making a video about plastic bags. Yes, believe it or not. About how to open them easily when you're in the grocery store, Sometimes when you're like struggling with it. So I thought, this is gonna be an easy day. This one I'm gonna have like free time after I film it. But I thought to myself, you know what? I can make this cool montage at the beginning. If you check out that video, I'm very proud of the montage, actually. I'm very happy with it. But I wanted to have myself walking through the grocery store while you hear this voice narration saying have you ever had this problem before? Except doing it in a funny way. So I'm super happy and proud of that. But also, I went to bed at 4 a.m. that night. What happened to my super easy video? Destroyed! The moral of the story is, I've got a real problem. Also, there was another video where I show myself cutting my own hair in the bathroom, how I learned to do that. And it's another montage, but each part is like 2 seconds or 3 seconds long. It's very cha 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 cha. And when I was recording myself, at one moment I had like opened the pantry door in the back, and the only thing I wanted changing was what I was doing. I didn't want the environment also moving around because it would be distracting. So what did I do? Well, I went into the Fusion section of DaVinci Resolve to do some motion graphics, to do some compositing. And I had like 3 layers, like a picture of the bathroom with the door closed, the layer with me, like cutting my hair, and then I had to mask out just a section where the door was open to make it closed and leave everything else visible. It took me like an hour, and it almost broke my brain. Sometimes I feel like this stuff is much easier in Final Cut Pro. But did that 2-second clip need to take an hour of my time when it was already 1 or 2 a.m.? Probably not. So my takeaway is perfectionism. I'm keeping my eye on you. I need to be. All right, last couple things. What I've noticed. The good things. I feel myself getting more comfortable in front of the camera because I'm doing this every single day. It's kind of like back when I was making videos, reaction to Penn and Teller Fool Us and America's Got Talent on the Magic Channel. There was a period of time where I was filming like 6 videos a week. I was eating, breathing, living, sleeping YouTube. And I remember kind of feeling myself get into the zone, just get comfortable and be more natural in front of the camera. And I do feel like that's returning a little bit. It's like Bruce Lee said, I fear the man not who kicks great, but has done 1,000 of the same kicks, or whatever he said exactly. You get the idea. You get the idea. Lately, I've also been reminding myself not to do multiple takes. Sometimes if I say something a certain way and I don't like how the line landed, then I'll like retake it with a different emphasis. But I'm trying to just be okay with imperfect deliveries when I can. Also, I feel my YouTube strategy brain improving. It's kind of like when you use a muscle all the time, it gets stronger. You run the same neural pathway over and over and you're looking for things to optimize. So if you look at my older videos compared to my more recent ones, I feel like the more recent ones are more compelling, like you feel like you have to click it more than some of those older ones. I've even thought about going back to fix some of those older ones because it's a good video, just the title and the thumbnail could be optimized, but I literally don't have time because of this 30-day challenge is keeping me focused constantly on the next one. And today, this Channel Master video you're seeing now, I had to squeeze this in immediately after filming a life lesson video. So I'm gonna edit that and then I'm gonna edit and publish this one too. We'll see if it's gonna be today or tomorrow. But this 30-day challenge is creating constraints that are uncomfortable but producing good things. And that brings me to my concluding topic, which is 30-day challenges in general. I already realize I'm gonna be super proud of this accomplishment. Like when you look back at your life sometimes and you think of things that you've done well, this is one that I'm gonna look back and reflect upon. Partially because of how difficult it is. I mean, you've heard 30-day challenges, it sounds like okay, but wow, man, it is a totally different thing to be inside the middle of a one. I'm kind of surprised I've never done one until this point. So, I can only recommend one for you. Pick something you want to get better at. This forces you to grow, but also make sure it's possible for your particular schedule. Everyone's life is a little bit different. If someone wanted to work a full-time job as well as post to YouTube every day for 30 days, whew, good luck. I mean, it's doable, but it would certainly, you would have to clamp down on the quality a lot. It would have to be like those first several videos I made on that channel. So just closing this part out, I would like to re-emphasize, one of the videos I made on the 30 Life Lessons channel is about self-affirmations, and I mentioned that I have a list of my personal accomplishments that when I need to, I'll read that and it kind of like psychs me up and pumps me up and feels great. Gives me the confidence I need to do what I need to do. And you're not fooling yourself, but you're just refreshing your memory of what good things you've already done. It's easy to just focus on the next thing that you haven't done yet. So why am I saying all this? Well, because I think this 30-day challenge is gonna fit right in there in the list really well. It's gonna be one of my top items. A real feather in my cap. And I wish it for you too. I really think a 30-day challenge is something shockingly good. Just make sure it's manageable and that you can do it, because I imagine it would not feel great to fail one of these challenges. You know, even if I got suddenly unexpectedly sick, I would still film something. Even if it's a 30-second video, I would film something sick there on the bed. I would like get it done somehow just using my smartphone. And one last thing I could mention, I know I said that before, but is if you made it this far, you're probably gonna listen to everything I've got to say. At the beginning, I was kind of struggling for life lessons. I had a few ideas in mind, but then I was like writing down ideas, brainstorming, and I was kind of like, I don't know if that's really a good idea. It's too obvious, like journaling. Hey, you should journal, do that. Or read books. Reading books is good. Like, that just sounds like something you should do, not like a life lesson. So I found it difficult to sift through them and like figure out what are valuable insights that I could actually share. And some days I actually struggled. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough life lessons. But eventually, giving them time and thinking, I was able to come up with a lot of good ones. And now I started to already anticipate and realize that I've got 6 videos left. And I've got more ideas than free slots left. So it's going to be a challenge now to pick the best ones, like the jewels that I really want to share, because this challenge is almost coming to a close already. But yeah, I do think it's super powerful just to do something repetitively over and over and over. It's like rewiring your brain to be an expert on this one thing. Not that I'm an expert, but it's improved my skill level in this one area. I fear the man who's kicked that kick 10,000 times. Don't want him to kick me in the face. So in conclusion, that's what I've learned from this 30-day challenge, in particular for uploading to YouTube. And I'm really looking forward to it being finished also. Just like a little bit of a sanity, get more sleep. I mean, I'm managing my sleep, but could be better. Posting one video every single day is not a long-term strategy that I would recommend. But for 30 days to kick your own butt, it seems really worthwhile. So thank you for being here. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. I'll probably have another update in about a week as this 30 life lessons comes to a close. Smash like. See you real soon. Bye.